As we check on the news nowadays, right, that going to the airport nowadays is a long, massive queue, and there's all sorts of news of a shortage of workers. Now, I spoke to this particular worker who I won't say it's a co-worker because I'm an agency, and he's been telling me he's been working for Qantas for many years. He resigned before Corona. Now, he's been telling me that all the news is saying that nobody wants to do an airline job or X, Y, and Z. First things first, you need a certificate. Alright, so the third thing is especially with Qantas and Jetstar, is the fact that they have their EBA change. And EBA, not sure you guys are familiar of, in your work contract there's an EBA. Alright, you got an hourly wage and there's an EBA, there's a code, and it gets renewed in quite certain years, and it has to get through one by one. So he tells me all that, so let you guys will see what's EBA. There won't be any sound, so just to see what's it like. I have my old work contract and I'll show you guys. Alright, so that's the enterprise of the Fair Work Australia. There you go. This is legitimate. You find your enterprise, you put in the code or the company the way how it is. Now, you weren't able to find straight away because in the company there's so many job position and as well enterprise role. Obviously, you type in Qantas and down below there's a showing of how many enterprise they have for the company. So it's too much. Here it says 752. So I've shown you guys what's the EPA. How it's a process, it works. Now, what's the inside story he's been telling me, because he has a lot of connection in the aviation, is the fact that this is going to be a new norm, especially for Qantas and Jetstar. He's been telling me that his co-workers are applying for Rex. And I'm just saying, that's a small airline company. Why you come from big to small? So the enterprise has changed, which means that they're getting less pay, less than $50, up to 50% less wages than what they had before. So the EPA changed during the pandemic, or they've redundant many of the staff. I think like 35,000 staff, or dismissed, or whatsoever. So they reintroduced the EPA, and all this news at the moment, the shortage of worker and nobody wants to do the job. There's a reason behind, because it's a very low pay. Low pay to the point that it's like for his job position that he wants to apply for, it's like $24 an hour. We live in 2022. $24 an hour is like, it's barely enough to live on. So that's the problem, and we're going to see more longer queues. And you know what? If I was you in Australia, I cannot speak other countries around the world, and I know during the coronavirus, the aviation is the biggest hit. And nobody wants to go back to that industry, even the formal staff, because they've moved on. But if this is going to be a new norm, that's what he's been telling me, because of the whole problem issue. And with the pay, and as well, nobody was getting to aviation, just in case if there's another lockdown, what's going to be happening. So yeah, that's about it. So I hope you guys do enjoy the video, and we'll see how it goes. And it's good to be wise, to acknowledge every in the industry out there. I did some job search in Qantas. There's a lot of roles, but there's a lot of certificate that you need to go through as well. Like a luggage handler, you need a certificate. Come on, man.